Hello everyone, welcome to Cubing Class 3.0 Pyraminx Finals between Arsh Pandya versus Imaad Sohel Ajani. So this is the best of 7 set format. I am Hitesh, your host. So yeah, let's see, both these solvers have competed very well in the qualifier 1 and qualifier 2 and they have reached the finals right now. So let's see how do they perform. So starting it out, Arsh will be starting the first solve. So the set 1 starts. So this will be one of the most competitive events because Pyramids is a small event and it is very neck to neck. So let's see. Arsh is inspecting his puzzle.
8 seconds.
So looks like a 2-tip scramble and a 2.31 from Arsh. So a good start from Arsh. So let's see what does Imaad get. So Imaad is inspecting it. So Imaad has a very interesting style of inspection. He turns the pyramids very quick again and again, back and forth, and then he starts. So started with it and a 2.38. So Arsh wins the first solve with a 0.07 margin. So 1-0 is the set score. So Imaad inspecting the second scramble. Looks like a 1-tip scramble. So that should be good for a pyramid solver.
12 seconds.
Started with it. A 2.61. Imaad is not pretty happy with it. So let's see what does Arsh get. Arsh is inspecting it as well. So I can see a good red and blue block. Okay, a little bit of a mess up from Arsh and a 2.78. So 1.7 margin and a 0.17 margin, and Imaad wins the second solve. So 1-1 is the set score. It already is very intense right now. I guess a 3-tip scramble and a 2.30 from Arsh. Not pretty horrible, but yeah, he must have been expecting something better because of that little lockup. So yeah, Imaad inspecting it.
8 seconds.
Starting it out. A little bit of a mess up and a 3.17 from Imaad. So Arsh takes the second solve. So 2-1 is the set score. Imaad inspecting the fourth scramble.
8 seconds.
Starting it out. Started with the solve and 2.02 from Imaad, the fastest solve of the match as of now. But I'm pretty sure there will be much more faster solves than these. A lot of sub 2s might be coming as well. So Arsh is inspecting the solve.
8 seconds.
If he wins the solve, the set ends.
12 seconds.
And a 4.65 because of the plus 2. So 2.65 plus 2. That means Imaad takes the solve and the set is 2-2. So the scramble looks pretty decent. A 1-tip scramble and some blots are also made. So Arsh started with the solve and a 1.31 from Arsh. So as I was saying, a lot of sub 2s incoming. So can Imaad beat this 1.31? Let's see. So yeah, the scramble looks pretty good. Has a good amount of blots.
8 seconds.
And a 1.33 from Imaad. So a 0.02 margin. And Arsh wins the first set and the match score is 1-0. So it's already intense. Imaad starting the second set, the first solve. He's inspecting it. So very close margin in the last solve of the first set. So Imaad with a 1.64. We have already seen 3 back-to-back sub 2s. So yeah, both the participants are doing pretty well. Arsh won the qualifier 1 against Imaad itself in the last solve of the last set and qualified for the finals. And Imaad won the qualifier 2 again in the last solve of the last set and won. So Arsh with a 1.57 and he wins the first solve of the set. So yeah, as I was saying, Imaad won the qualifier 2 against Dhairya in the last solve of the last set. So let's see if this match also goes till then. And a 1.99 from Arsh in the second solve. A little bit of a lockup there, but not too bad. So this is the 5th consecutive sub 2 that we have seen in the match. Let's see what does Imaad get. A 1.19. So Imaad takes the second solve. The match is going already pretty neck to neck. So let's see what does Imaad get in the third solve.
8 seconds.
Starting out with the solve. A good solution for a 1.58. The solution felt a bit lengthy, but the execution was pretty good. Arsh inspecting the solve.
8 seconds.
Okay, a DNF from Arsh. So Imaad takes the solve easily. So a 1-2 for the set. So Arsh inspecting the solve. And he started pretty quick for Sachin, and a 2.04. This would have been much better, but Arsh got a lockup and a turning issue in the last turn, which costed him some milliseconds. So Imaad starting out the solve. And a 1.36 from Imaad. Not a +2, saved pretty close. So Imaad wins the second set. So 1-1 is the match score. It's already interesting. So do leave down in the comments if you think the match will go till the last set or whoever will win first. So Arsh with a 1.76 in the first solve of the third set.
12 seconds.
Now both the solvers have got some momentum and we are seeing back-to-back sub-2s and a lot of low ones also not winning the solve. So a 1.68 from Imaad and he wins the first solve of the third set. So 0-1 is the set score. Imaad inspecting the second scramble. And a 1.33 from Imaad. A pretty good solve. So let's see if Arsh could beat the 1.33. So Arsh is inspecting the scramble. Does not look pretty good considering it has a 4-tip scrambled. Let's see. And a little bit of a mess up and a 1.93 from Arsh. So Imaad is the second solve. So 0-2 is the set score. If Imaad wins any of the upcoming 3 solves, he wins the set and will be in a lead. If Arsh wins all the 3 solves, then he wins the set. So let's see what does Arsh get in the third solve. Starting with the solve, a little bit of a pickup issue and a 3.56 from Arsh. So this might be a door wide open from Imaad. So let's see. He could just safety and win the set.
8 seconds.
Starting out and 2.07. Even with the mess up, he won because Arsh had a very bad solve already. So a 1-2 for the match. Imaad is leading the match right now. The good part about the format is that none of the solvers know what their opponent got, so that they don't take advantage of it. Let's say if Arsh got a DNF, then Imaad doesn't know. He might also DNF as well. So Imaad starting with the first solve and a little bit of a mess up and a 3.54. So this might be a door wide open for Arsh. Let's see. Let's hope that Arsh does not mess up. So Arsh is inspecting the pyramids and starting it out. And a 3.42. So a mess up from Arsh. Still he won the solve with a 0.12 margin. So pyramids, as I told you, it's very crazy. And I'm more excited about 2x2 as well because it will be in a similar league and will be very exciting. Arsh starting out the second solve of the set. And a 1.46 from Arsh. A pretty clean execution. So let's see if Imaad could beat this. Starting out with his solve, inspecting it up. I can see a red and blue block if I'm not wrong, but all the 4 tips are scrambled. So a 1.75 from Imaad. So Arsh wins the second solve. So 2-0 is the set score. So let's see if Arsh could take this set. Imaad inspecting the third solve for the set. So it's already very neck to neck among both the participants.
Seconds.
Okay, so Imaad with a 2.01. So let's see if Arsh could beat this. So Arsh is inspecting the solve and starting it out. And a 1.75 from Arsh, and he takes the set with a 3-0 lead. So it's already tied with 2-2. So any of the solvers who wins 2 more sets among the upcoming 3 sets wins the match and becomes the Pyraminx champion of Cubing Class 3.2. So Arsh starting with the first solve of the 5th set. And a good 1.66 second solve. So let's see if Imaad could beat it. So Imaad inspecting it. Starting out with his solve. Started out. and a DNF from Imaad because of the timer. So yeah, Arsh takes the first solve. So let's see what does Imaad do in the second solve. Started out and a 1.08 from Imaad. So this is the fastest solve yet in the match. So let's see if Arsh could beat a 1.08 or Imaad takes it because of the good solve. So the scramble looks pretty good, but 1.08 is very hard to beat, and a 1.03 from Arsh. So this is crazy. The 0.05 margin and a 1.08 didn't win a solve is like out of the world. Crazy good job by Arsh. So let's see what does he do in the third solve. Will he get a good solve so that he takes the set 3-0 again? 1.50 from Arsh. So let's see if Imaad could beat this or Arsh takes this set by a 3-0 lead. So Imaad starting out with the inspection. So inspecting it, trying to find out the best solution. Starting it out and a 2.10 from Imaad, and Arsh takes this set 3-0 again. So back to back clean sweep from Arsh, and 3-2 is the match score. So let's see if Arsh could win this upcoming set and be the champion, or Imaad gets a good fight and ties the match with 3-3. So Imaad starting out with the solve, inspecting it up.
12 seconds.
Starting it out. And a bit of a very big lockup and a 3.42 from Imaad. This might be a door wide open for Arsh if he does not mess up. So the scramble looks like a 4-tip scramble. So not a very good favorable scramble for Pyraminx, but yeah, these are qualified. And the DNF. Okay, so 3.421. So yeah, 0-1 for the set. Imaad leads. So yeah, as I was saying, Imaad is the national record holder for Pyraminx for India, and Arsh is top ranked as well. So a 1.51 for Arsh. So let's see if Imaad could beat it. So both these solvers are pretty good in their sport, and that's why you can see that the match is going very neck to neck with good solves incoming. So Imaad with a 4.65 because of the 2.65 plus 2. So this is what we don't expect in this kind of situation, but 1-1 is the set score. Let's see what happens next. Arsh only needs to win one more set to win the match and the match ends. But I believe Imaad could give him a good fight. Imaad starting out with the solve, a little bit of a mess up there, and a 3.73. So can Arsh beat this 3.73 and get a very good lead in the match and get more closer to win the championship as well and become the champion of Pyraminx? Starting with his solve. And a 2.57 from Arsh, and 2-1 is the set score. Are we gonna see that Arsh wins this solve or any of the upcoming two solves and wins the match, or is Imaad going to win both the upcoming solves and go to the next and the last set? So a little bit of a mess up from Arsh and a 3.34. So this might be a door wide open for Imaad. If he does not milk this opportunity, he will lose it and he might regret it later. So Imaad inspecting it. A good yellow green block as I saw, and a 1.18 from Imaad, and 2-2 is the set score. Now it is what is getting tense. If Imaad wins this solve, the match moves to the last set. If Arsh wins this, the match ends. Let's see how it goes. So Imaad inspecting it out, starting with the solve, and a very good 1-2-3, yani 1.23 solution. That is crazy good in this high nerve situation for Imaad. So let's see what does Arsh get. So Arsh inspecting the puzzle, and a 1.39 from Arsh. So Imaad wins this solve, and the set goes to Imaad, and the match goes to the last set. So this is the fourth match for Imaad, including one of the clock matches, then the qualifier 1, then the qualifier 2, and the finals, where Imaad is a participant and the match goes to the last set. So let's see. 2.39 for Arsh. So let's see if Imaad could beat it. And also the previous 3 matches for Imaad, that is clock eliminator, qualifier 1 and qualifier 2 for Pyraminx, all these matches went to the last solve of the last set. So will this final match of Pyraminx also go to the last solve? Let's see. And a 2.34 for Imaad, and he still wins the solve with a 0.05 and the shrug at the end. So let's see. Imaad inspecting the puzzle for the second solve of the set. Shut it out.
8 seconds.
And a 1.42 for Imaad, and barely saved for a +2. So let's see if Arsh could take up this solve or Imaad takes a very big lead in the match. So Arsh inspecting the puzzle. Seems like a 3-tip scramble, yes. But yeah, there are some good blocks. Starting it to solve, and a 1.89 for Arsh. So now the match is 0-2. That is, the set is 0-2 towards Imaad, and Arsh needs to win all the upcoming 3 solves, which might be very tense because of the nerves he would have. 2.20 from Arsh, not the best solve he would have got, but let's see what does Imaad get. So Imaad is inspecting the puzzle. A very high nerve situation. Imaad started out with his solve. And a 2.79, so 1-2 is the set score. Arsh wins this solve. Imaad has to control his nerves down, or else Arsh could take it up, because this is a position where anything could happen. And a 1.36 from Imaad. He is surely very excited because he knows that he might have taken the set, but let's see what Arsh could get. If Arsh wins this solve, we go to the last solve of the set. If Imaad wins this solve, the match ends, Imaad becomes the champion.
12 seconds.
And a 1.28 from Arsh, a 0.08 margin, and 2-2 is the set score. Now it's completely tied. Both the solvers have won 3 sets each and 2 solves in this set. Whoever wins this solve wins the match, and the match ends. Arsh with a 1.45 solution. The solution was pretty small, so might be that Imaad takes away the set or the match, or is it Arsh who is going to be the champion? 1.49, a 0.04 margin, and Arsh becomes the winner of Cubing Clash 3.0. Insane job. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching. Till then, bye.